tragic accident in Commerce City claims 5 lives.
It just was just a tough time. I mean, they're just kids, you know.
Tonight, families speaking out about the teenagers who died and their unimaginable loss.
Plus, turning an Aurora donut shop into a drive-through and the close call, all caught on camera.
Car plows into the front of the building, and there's actually a little kid that was standing there.
How a fast-moving father came to the rescue.
And Colorado showing up.
It means everything. It's I hope I can get enough back to where I was.
A community that's coming together for a man who lost his home and his business in the Marshall Fire.
Thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 10. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Bayan Wang. A car crash in Commerce City ends in a tragic loss for several families. 5 people are dead, including at least 2 teenagers, and 3 more seriously injured.
The cause of the crash still under investigation. Denver 7's CB Cotton talked to the families who say this is an unimaginable loss.
The intersection of East 112th Avenue and U.S. Highway 85 in Commerce City will help get most to the final place they hope to go. But on Friday, this intersection took a family to tragedy.
Taken too soon.
Taken in a 2-vehicle collision at this intersection. Commerce City police say the crash happened around 9:30 Friday night, and it claimed the lives of 5 people. Witnesses told officers one of the cars was speeding when it collided with another car that was turning. On Saturday, crash remnants are scattered everywhere.
It was something that changed my life forever.
Ashley Hoffman, sitting next to her mother, Susan Hoffman, are the aunt and grandmother of 16-year-old Jonathan Bledsoe. Jonathan is just one of the teens who was killed.
They're just kids, you know. He worked, he loved animals, they loved to fish.
Their other loved one, Joe Bledsoe, is only 13, fighting for his life in the hospital.
He's awake once in a while. He wakes up and goes to sleep, but he's got a broken back and a broken eye socket, and he has a brain injury.
But they're thankful that he'll likely pull through. Meanwhile, the pair is also grieving for the other teens who died.
When you have an unexpected death, you haven't planned for it at all. I mean, you can't really plan for death anyways.
Police say they're investigating alcohol as a factor, and details on the identities of other victims haven't yet been shared. But this mom and daughter know financial support is needed for everyone involved.
Just to help them out as much as I can, because I don't understand how she could function even normally after something like this would happen. So just to kind of take the weight off her shoulders.
This family never thought they'd get to this place. But now that they're here, they also ask for your prayers.
We just ask for your condolences and prayers, and like I said, anything is going to help.
And we've spoken with family members of other teens who passed away in this tragic collision. They didn't want to share too many details about their loved ones for this report, but they did share GoFundMe pages. And we have links to all the fundraising pages we have at this time over on our website, thedenverchannel.com. Back to you.
Thank you, CB. New tonight, massive explosions in Ukraine as the Russian assault intensifies. Take a look at this devastating video. The office of Ukrainian President Zelensky says Russian forces blew up a gas pipeline in Kharkiv just before 2 a.m. their time. The government warned that smoke from that huge explosion could cause an environmental catastrophe and advised people to cover their windows with damp cloth or gauze.
Oh, that's just unimaginable. Meantime, the lights at the Denver City and County building shine blue and yellow tonight as the battle continues for control of Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Governor Polis says Colorado stands with Ukraine and the lights will keep their colors for the next week. The U.S., the European Union, and the United Kingdom have pledged to remove Russian banks from the SWIFT global payment network. SWIFT is a service that facilitates global transactions among thousands of financial institutions. This comes as President Biden imposes sanctions against President Putin and authorizes an additional $350 million in security assistance to Ukraine. Some officials fear it's still not enough, as Russian President Vladimir Putin already has more than 50% of his total assembled power inside Ukraine. That's according to a senior U.S. defense official.
And as the Russian army continues its advance, thousands of people, including a lot of women and children, are fleeing to neighboring countries, while many men are staying behind to fight. Now, families like Tanya's were woken up, told to grab what they could and hit the road.
In the morning, I wake up and my dad say, Tanya, wake up. We want to go to Poland because in Ukraine, like, it's all. And we go.
In a statement, Governor Jared Polis says our state will help by welcoming Ukrainian refugees and that the office will assist by exploring all options for housing, future state employment, and access to resources.
All right, state leaders, parents, and community advocates held a discussion Saturday about opioid awareness. Attorney General Phil Weiser led the conversation at Adams 12 headquarters in Thornton this afternoon. Among the audience were people with personal connections to the opioid crisis. Tracy Ritter lost her 25-year-old son Evan to an overdose in October 2018. Now her mission is to speak with other families struggling with substance abuse.
He really does give me that energy and that fight that I don't think I would have had if, unfortunately, this hadn't happened.
Weiser says he and his team plan to host more of these discussions throughout the state. Once those dates are set, we'll let you know.
All right, the Colorado community continues to rally behind friends, family, and even complete strangers who lost everything in the Marshall Fire.
Denver 7 spoke with one man who lost his herbal medicine business, but now he's one step closer to reviving his business thanks to the generosity from people he's never met. When the Marshall Fire hit, Adam Kucera lost what he called home, a bus he converted into a place to live. He also lost all his supplies for his apothecary business. Amanda Klenner found Adam's story on a Facebook group and happens to share a passion for herbal medicine herself, so she reached out to give Adam some of her own items.
To lose everything you have in a situation that's completely outside of your control and just lose the ability to do your job is really difficult. And so I felt a lot of sympathy.
That was the foundation of my business, was an apothecary. So having some apothecary supplies donated gives me something to start with again, because I lost my source of income.
Adam also got help finding a temporary place to live while he gets back on his feet. If you'd like to donate to Adam's GoFundMe, we have a link with this story on our website, thedenverchannel.com.
Time to make the donuts. Unless a car drives through the donut store, we've got some incredible video showing a father jumping to save his son's life and why it meant free donuts for the neighborhood.
Plus, if you counted the Avs out of last night's game while they were down 3 goals, don't worry, many others did too, but we got you covered. Stay tuned for the remarkable comeback.